When Cut Williams said the truth is going to come to light this year, he really meant that because what the fuck is going on? Like this entire month, I just can't open my YouTube without seeing a story about some sort of celebrity having, committed crimes against, like people who are underage, like doing heinous stuff. In the last 72 hours, there's been a story about this Ava Kris person who happens to work with Mr. Beast. And they're not just colleagues, but they happen to be our best friends, according to the videos that I've seen from Mr. Beast. And he like outright said that. So I'm not here to talk about Chris or any particular person, but I'm just wondering why celebrities are suddenly into minors. And long ago, what I remember, like there's been a lot of like this is nothing new, but I think that it is deviating from so here's the thing: a long time ago, the young people who were being exploited were the ones that were trying to get into the industry. You might not know this, but Lil Wayne used to have allegedly, like I've seen videos of Lil Wayne making out with Birdman. There's videos of Usher. There's videos of Justin Bieber. Like a whole lot of celebrities, Cassie, Rihanna. Like every celebrity who tried to pursue their dreams happened to have some sort of traumatizing experience at the hands of someone who was in power, right? So, but in 2024, what is really funny is it's moving from the people who are trying to become like influencers or musicians or actors and stuff to fans, like actual fans, not anyone who's famous, but people who look up to these so-called celebrities. I think this month we've heard Dr. Disrespect. There's a new story on Cody, and I saw this documentary on Cody. I don't really know anything about him, but he's like one of like the creators with like the biggest audiences ever, and no one really happens to cover the story because of his how he's loved by almost all the creators, and this story is not being covered yet. But there's a lot of stories about celebrities having these, inappropriate relationships. Now, what's really funny, like something that's really hard for me to comprehend, is someone coming across a person who's underage and thinking anything but protecting that person. So let me tell you guys a story. I was doing a stream recently, and one of the people who were commenting seemed a bit off. She was talking like when you're talking with a young person over text, you can easily tell to say this person is really young. So it's like, how old are you? Like, how old are you? Nothing wrong was going on with the conversation, but she was like, the things that she was talking about. So I was wondering, is like, if this person is the age that I'm thinking they are, like, what are they doing on the internet? Like, what are you doing? This was like 2 a.m. in the morning. And I was like, how old are you? She was like 14. I was like, hell no. Before I kicked her out of the stream, I was like, you should not be on the internet talking to strangers or interacting on online platforms in the night. If at all, in fact, not only in the night, but just avoid being in situations where you're interacting with people that you don't even know. So I kicked her out of the stream, and this really made me start wondering because I have a sister who's about 15, 16 years old, and this is one of the first hand experiences I've had with a minor person, you know, doing something like this. Like the last thing I want is to find out that my sister is on the internet at night watching some live stream, whether it's harmless or not. I just don't think that a young person at 2 a.m. should be doing that. I kicked her out of the stream. I banned her. Like, I don't even want her to be like a part of anything that I'm doing. She's just too young. I'm not making content for someone of that age. Interacting with these people is just something that's really funny to me. So, firstly, there was allegations against Drake by Kendrick Lamar. Dr. Disrespect outright just apologized and said, yeah, he owned up to the things that he did. It wasn't really an apology, but it was like it happened, and I don't really like. I didn't really follow that story much, but he messed up. So I don't understand the whole psychology behind someone seeing a young person and not feeling the need and obligation to protect them and tell them that they're not supposed to be in this situation. Like, what exactly is attractive about a person who, is underage? Like, dude, that could be your daughter, the 35-year-olds talking to 16, 15-year-olds, like, dude, what does that make you? Like, how do you go to bed at night knowing that you're trying to have these inappropriate relationships with a young person? That is something that I really can't understand because I just. Wait, is it like there's someone in the industry behind the scenes who tells the celebrities that you need to do this? Like, we want something, like, we want leverage against you, you just need to do this, or we want to give you the contract. And they do it out of, I don't know, but it just doesn't make sense to me. Nowadays, like every week, there's a new story about, some celebrity doing some heinous things. And I think the law is just not. I think there's something we need to do about the law in terms of addressing these issues because it is getting out of hand now. I don't know if it's because of the power that these people possess. I don't know if we only get to hear these stories because these people are celebrities and you wouldn't know about John who lives down in the streets and he has the same fucking problem. It is so hard to tell. But all I know is that if you're an adult, you just have the obligation to put this little person in line to say, hey, you're like, what are you doing here? If you come here, come with an adult, it's a concert or whatever. Just I don't really know at this point if we should start blaming parents as well because I just feel like some education is supposed to be given to our children in terms of the world is not a safe place. The people who are sick in the herd, the people who, will take advantage of you, Because in 2024, never meet your heroes takes on a whole new meaning, like a whole different meaning. If you meet your hero and they like you and you happen to be underage, just know that it is not good for you. And that is really sad. We're coming to the point where, every person that you loved, every person that you looked up to has got some weird story around them. And I honestly don't really understand like how we got here in the first place. You know, these allegations are just way too much. It started with, I don't know, Drake, actually, no. Drake, the Drake bear from Drake and Josh, if you guys know that guy. I saw that as well. There was a video about him. There's the Drake, the rapper. There's the Chris Evans now. There's Dr. Disrespect. There's other Twitch streamers. Like, dude, there's a whole lot of these stories. And the problem is the YouTubers that I follow are like Penguin Z0, Jamari, these creators, and they just happen to be the people who cover these stories. So when I see a story from these guys, suddenly I'm just being suggested all the videos by like other creators that I don't even follow. And the amount, like the overwhelming rate at which I'm receiving this stuff is crazy. Like, it is so insane. There's a creator who made a video about Cody, and there are allegations against Cody that are outright, like clear to see that he also, did some very inappropriate stuff. But no one is talking about that. I don't really know why, and that's just crazy. But honestly, if you have a little sister, if you have, a daughter, just make sure to tell them that they need to take care of themselves, because a young person will always be a young person. When they're talking to an adult, that adult has got a psychological understanding of how the world works, and it is so easy for them to take advantage of these people. So I just feel like for the people like me, like you, who have a sane mind, I think it's our obligation to just highlight these situations to people, like to the young people around us, girls, young boys, like Chris Evans. This person was a Christian, yet look at the stories that's around him now. This was even before he transitioned, he supported the person who had Anyways, I'm done with this video, I'm done. This is really sickening. I don't really know where we're going as a human race or as a people, but I just think that at this point, we're really not doing a great job of being human or whatever we are.